it was some really hard months. Like it was
like despite, you have a lot going on.
Yeah, despite like how I portray it or whatever comes out, but like it was a
I would just pray to have my life back.
So yeah, I'm talking top 5. Anything else is not a conversation. I'm talking top 3 and 2 niggas inside the lobby way. And that was just a cute way to say like number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
People always gonna tell you what you should have did, what you could have did, and what they would have did, but they ain't never did. So it's like I'm really a sassy pants.
I feel like we all have a little sassiness in us.
Yeah, but no, I got like a lot. Like that's the problem. Like
my interpretations are so different, like wildly different.
No, you gotta listen to them, put it together.
Hi guys, it's Melly Starz, and we're making history today. Yes, that's right. I have my first repeat guest. Never in the history of the couch has anybody come back.
Really?
So, yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you're the first one. And it's because you won. Thank you for listening. The artist competition that we threw back in, I don't remember.
Oh, summertime.
Summertime, yeah. So months ago. So today we're gonna do something a little different. We've already had the 4-hour-long breakdown of your life.
Just a little backstory.
A little backstory. So instead, today we're gonna just be breaking down your latest project. No life stuff, just the project. Well, the project is life stuff, but you know. Yeah. So let's start with the cover art, which you did with The Real Raven.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the concept behind it, because it's like a broken mirror effect, kind of like mosaic. Yeah. So where was the concept come from?
Okay, so with NVII, I really wanted as many parallels that I could fit in there that were right. Like I didn't want to force trying to, mimic a parallel thing. But with my original project 2020, Naithemosthigh like 1, I had an artist, Christina Salutos, that's one of my good friends from high school. She like drew the picture that was the cover art for that. And I remember telling her that I wanted it to be like my face was shattered, but I wanted the colors to really be like soft but bright. Yeah. And like a little trippy in a way. So she made that one. And I always loved that cover art. And I wanted to do it again, but I wanted a sense of realism. I told Raven, I'm like, I want to remake my cover art, but with my real face, a real picture, and something cool. I don't know how we got on these blue tones. I honestly don't know if that was her choice, artistically or mine, but I just knew that I wanted it to be something like refreshing, but still remnant of the past and like real. Like,
yeah. And then your entire timeline currently is just blue and all about the album. So why'd you decide to hide your timeline?
I started taking stuff off because like before I dropped, I was doing a lot of stuff, so I was just posting everything from the sense of like, this is what I'm doing, keep people updated so they can like follow the journey, follow the work that I'm putting in for music, But then I started to not like how cluttered it was, and just like I'm like that. I clear my emails out. Like I don't like having backups.
I hate having backed up emails.
Like I open my text messages. I don't understand when people have like hella text messages open. Like whether you respond, whatever case you do it, delete it, whatever. I just can't. I
hate having all those notifications.
Yeah. So I wanted it to be strictly about like this point forward. So the EP. Right now I'm keeping at the EP. Like even when I post something, I just keep the main like EP little things I want on there. But I'll change it. I'm sure. Like I'll just start posting again.
And on this project, you work with 2 producers. You work with Tarzan Phoenix and 14 Exclusive?
Yeah, technically 3 because 2 of my beats, Max Love, he produced as well. Crash Out was produced by Phoenix and Max on that one beat. And then I Still Love You Made Me Realize they both took the same sample and made a beat. And we put it together. So, and then 14, I met him through my close college brother. And that's like his brother-in-law. So we've been cool ever since then. And he's like, I got beats. And ever since he showed me his beats, he's produced on every project I dropped. Produced on Grown. He produced the entire Victory Special. And then,
And you started this project originally back in 2024. So it took a little over a year to kind of get it done.
Yeah. And that came from more so like life and like get distracted, interrupted, things like that. Like,
Yeah.
But or I wouldn't even say getting distracted. More so, I would say things definitely slowed down my work ethic in the studio sometimes. But most of it came from like a part of writing for me or like creating a project for me is the life part.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like, okay, I make this track, I make these 2 tracks. I know they're gonna be on this project. I know the concept of this project, but I'm gonna go live some more because I need to see what else is gonna go with it because it truly tells like that story of that time period. So yeah.
And it's such a deeply personal project too. That you kind of have to go through the life stuff to create the.
Yeah, and that's how I got my intro because originally Walks wasn't the intro. Who's Watching was the intro of the project.
Oh.
And Walks didn't even exist. Walks didn't exist until like weeks before it dropped. I was just like listening to it because I listen to this stuff all the time. That's why I was like, it's out now. I still listen to it. It comes up on my like music thing, my music shuffle. But ultimately, it's like I've been listening to this over and over and over for a year now, and I listened and I was like, Who's Watching? It's good. I really like it. I like it as a track.
So speaking of Walks, let's get into Walks because you used a Kanye West sample. What inspired Walks? And then you said you didn't originally have it on the project, and then you put it on there.
Yeah, it was like a month before I was like getting ready to like finalize the project. I literally I went to the vitamin shop and I went to Whole Foods, and I was just feeling better. Like this was after I had the car accident in May, so this is probably like July-ish. You know, I'm like, okay. I don't know. I just was obsessed with the song at that time. Like a lot of the songs that I sample, I usually like just randomly start like falling in love with the song over again and just keep listening to it. And I was just listening to that song all day. And then like I said, I was sick. I had the car accident. It was some really hard months. Like it was like despite
you have a lot going on. Right?
Yeah, despite like how I portray it or whatever comes out, but like it was a crazy little time. But I ended up just listening to the song over and over. And I remember calling Phoenix, and when I texted him, I was like, Who's Watching is not good enough to be an intro. Like, cause also I look at my intro collections. Like that's one of my little special things that I like to just like look at for myself. And some people we talk about that type of stuff. Like, what's the best intro? What's the best outros? And so I'm like, it's not.
I just recently had that conversation with somebody. I was like, this intro, this is great.
Because it's so cool. Like, listen to how somebody chooses to open and close their body of work. Like it's very intimate. Like some people they just put songs together and let it be, and that's cool too. But you end up still seeing it as this the intro part of this outro and whatever vibe that creates. But so I told him like, Who's Watching is not good enough to be an intro. I'm like, it's good, but it's not good enough to be an intro. Like to stay on my other intros, especially because the last project was King's Landing, and literally everybody like King's Landing. Anytime I perform King's Landing, everybody like I fuck with that track. So so I'm like playing the song over and over. I was like, I want you to flip Jesus Walks. I'm like, these are the parts that I want for sure. I wanted the boom, 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 boom. I wanted that for sure. I wanted the ooh, and I wanted the talking. So I'm like, do whatever you want with that. Just make sure that it comes on where it has a build up and it get gritty for me, and I can do like a good intro verse. I told him that, he sent that back to me. I'm like, and I listened to the beat for like I think like a week or two maybe. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say on this, but I know I'm gonna go crazy. And then I did.
And then you did, yes, you definitely did. I have a few bars to break down. First one is, I would just pray to have my life back. Which, in that moment, because like you said, it was kind of after the accident and stuff like that, was that related to that car accident, or was that more
I think that was in general. That was in general because with developing an autoimmune condition, like, it was just a big change. It's a big change. It's like, that wasn't, like, I didn't have to be conscious of these things. That was not in my realm of consciousness. I was literally living a completely different life physically. And, you know, I always been healthy. Not that I'm saying that I'm unhealthy, but, you know, just having a health issue. But yeah, I've always been athletic, been like in the gym, somewhat consistent no matter what part of life. Like, you know, it just wasn't something that I would have to be conscious of, and it came with a lot of stressors, and there's a lot of things that comes with it. So yeah, that's more so. I mean by that.
Yeah. And then my favorite line that I even texted you when I heard it was, I'm talking top 3 and 2 of them is sitting in the lobby. Wait, oh my goodness.
2 niggas inside the lobby. It's hard without the niggas. last one flows, and once you gotta take that bleep out, it makes it a little hard to say.
It is a little hard for me to say, but you got me, saved me.
But yeah. No, yeah, that was at that point it was crazy because I think I went to the studio and I only had the intro started. Like I only had like okay, it's like that, and I just started building off of that, and I'm like. Cause some songs is like you write the full song, some you punch in. Yeah. Most of the time I write the full song, but that was one of the ones where it's like I gotta start, and it was like once I get in there, I know it's gonna come together, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do. Because it's like it gets to a point where you just talking real shit, so it's like you're not really thinking about putting together the words in like a literary sense, but you're more so just like venting and going on. Yeah. So yeah, I'm talking top 5. Anything else is not a conversation. I'm talking top 3 and 2 niggas inside the lobby way. And that was just a cute way to say like number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I like shit like that because that should be, you know, it's for everybody. Everybody can pop their shit at any point in time. And when you say something like that, everybody gonna feel it because we all feel like.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that was my favorite part. Anything else on walks? I think that pretty much covers it. We broke down the beat a little bit, yeah. So now next up, who's watching? There's a whole lot of shoulda, coulda, but ain't did shit, but they got opinions. I know I butchered the delivery on that.
But they ain't did shit, but they got opinions. You had me confused. I was like, what did I say?
You said that there. I don't have the flow. I'm not a rapper, clearly. And I don't got the beat right now.
You got it there.
I got there eventually.
Yeah, but that's not really like a deep line. It's not really nothing too personal. But that's just like evaluate, because a lot of times it's either I'm rapping from my personal perspective or just evaluating what you see. And you know, it's always people who, especially when you're a creative artist or any non-conventional career, people always gonna tell you what you should have did, what you could have did, what they would have did, but they ain't never did. So it's like,
period.
What are you talking? And I don't. You know, I always tell people, you know, you can take heed to advice, but everything goes to the suggestion box. You don't have to take heed. You just listen, put it in the suggestion box. Because sometimes you're just talking.
And then you did like this thing, like it was like almost like a tape deck. That's how I described it, or in my brain. Where you like were switching beats and songs.
And it went through 2 songs.
And then I like where it ends with "Where is your fire?"
Yeah.
And then you kind of go into another one. So what was the thought process behind all of that?
So overall, we built Who's Watching. At that time, the Who's Watching is like a 2 perspective track. Like not because it has 2 separate sides. Like the whole time, it's 2 different perspectives being rapped about. And that's more so towards like a family member who has mental issues, and then how I interact with that person, how I feel about that person, and then also bring that person to life kind of in the song. Yeah. And like that's why the way that the lyrics are and the switch up and the bolstering, like in the first part, like being like overly confident and all that shit. And then the tape deck switches and it plays to these songs. And the first one is I forgot what's the direct sample name. I can think of it right now, but I got it down. But they're asking, can we go outside? And that was kind of referencing somebody who is in psychosis and physically not leaving home, things like that. And then it switches again to a song called Runaway. Old song, I think like 50, 60, something like that. But it's like my little runaway. And it's like it says, as I walk alone, I wonder what was wrong with our love. And that's more so just like, oh, how did we get here? Change and discussing this relationship. And then at the end, I took from you ever seen Lovecraft Country?
I've seen like 1 episode.
Well, you gotta watch it. It's such a good show. It's only 1 season, so you can.
Oh, okay. And I've been meaning to like binge something, but I'm like I don't know. I think you would like it, especially for like the books that you like to read. It's kind of like those categories, but it's a little sci-fi, a little horror, a little suspense. Okay.
But it's really good. But anyway, on 1 episode, and it's all about like magic and relation to racism and things like that. So like on 1 episode, I think they was done in episode 1 or 2, but they're at like this white mansion like in this town where like these rich ass white people who practice like blood rituals and all type of shit. But basically it went back. It all connected back to slavery, and they get under this like, I I'm trying to explain it real quick. Basically, she ends up talking to her ancestor, who one of her ancestors that is a slave, and the slave is like guiding her. Yeah, I was like, completely they're like guiding her to like take this particular book and what knowledge and possesses for her, and like to get out the house, and it's like the house is burning down, and while it's burning down, that poem starts, and I just clipped that part, and I was like, I really felt it. I felt the scene. I felt the the words that were saying the poem.
Symbolism, all of that.
Yeah, so we put that on there, and then we jump off.
Yeah, and then you go into that second part, which is completely different than the first part of the song.
Yeah.
So how did you go about like deciding to go doing those two perspectives on just one song instead of breaking it up into two songs?
Because like with my brother who like was in psychosis, there was times where like you would see him like switch these like moods and personalities like super quick, and at one point he's like talking shit, like thinking he's the richest man in the world, and like talking down on people or flexing, whatever the case may be, and that's why it's like real flexy. But then I matched it with my own life, like okay, let me be him. Like it was kind of stepping into him and like rapping as if I was him, and writing as if I was him. And then, but at the same time, 5 minutes later, he can be going off and really being like, like a terror. Sometimes people that like are in those like those state of minds. Sometimes it's entertaining. They're doing not entertaining and stuff, but you can be cool. You can be around. They're doing their thing. That's just them. But sometimes that shit be real, and you be like, okay, hold on. Like,
whoa, what just happened?
Yeah, and I kind of want to show that switch, like, because I knew that switch wasn't like what you expect from what the first part is, But yeah, so I think Total was like, what the who's watching? That's sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me.
Yeah, that's how I feel with my dog, because he's always watching me.
My cat climbing the box, and you'll be looking around, all you see some of the eyes. But that one, the tuner, we had the James Brown grunts. Yeah, it was like a 4 samples.
Yeah, there was quite a few samples on that one. And then next up, Godbody with Jaynsanity. Man, Jay goes so hard.
Jay goes so hard, bro.
And he had like 2 delivery styles.
Yeah,
kind of.
Man, we had a version, original version that we were just like playing around with the track, and he had a flow on there that was so crazy. But he ended up not using it. He did something else. But yeah. And
then that's only one of 2 features that you have. So how was it going about deciding who you wanted to feature? And then tell me a little bit about working with Jaynsanity.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of features, and that's why I'm trying to build up more. Yeah. Like I've featured on other people's things, but I haven't had a lot of people on mine. And when I first seen Jay perform, I think it was like Blackout or like R.I.P hosted, and I was performing there, and I think he performed that night. Yeah, I think that might have been the first time I ever seen him perform. But it was just like he's very talented. Like he has the energy, the star power, the that attraction that when you go on stage, he knows how to command the stage, and then also his voice is very unique. And that's why I like to look for unique voices, like because it's like you hear a rap track, and imagine I'm more like a lyricist type artist, and I'm like rapping on every track type shit.
Yeah.
And you don't. Sometimes you want to hear like some some balance, something there. I got plenty of homies that rap their ass off, and we can just be on this motherfucker just
rapping each other.
Yeah, just literally just barring up. But it's like I really want, when I have a feature, to them to take something that I love about them and bring it and share it with me. And and like ever since I seen him perform the first time, and then I listen to his music, and I like his music. That's another thing. I don't work with people that I genuinely don't like. I don't give a fuck if they're like, this person is,
the next big thing.
Yeah, like no, it's like, do I actually like you? Because there's a lot of energy that you put into music, and it's all that energy that takes place there, and that's something that you're creating. We're creating. Yeah. We're really fucking creating shit out there. So let's
and it's something that's gonna be forever too.
Yeah, exactly. Now you can't even perform the song that you made. Y'all
it was so like good because y'all don't like it no more.
Or something like that. Yeah, no. But he was a down to earth guy. He was really cool. So that's how I ended up choosing him, and he killed that shit. And the beat was is so hard and tribal. There were so many ways that I could have approached that track, but I forgot what was the turning point. I think I was just like really flowing on that bitch, and I'm like, you know, this needs to be a little more like sassy, a little more.
Oh, it's definitely.
It's a little more kind, yeah.
Definitely a little more sassy. I got who, what, where, when, bitch, I'm now.
I got that from my freestyle. When I first heard the beat, I freestyled that and I said that and I said, no matter what, that will be in the song. Literally nothing else to it. I just, when I was freestyling, I was like, I like that. But yeah, I just wanted to show a little bit of that.
That cunt.
Yeah, because it's like, I be chill, but like, I'm really a sassy pants.
I feel like we all have a little sassiness in us.
Yeah, but no, I got like a lot. Like, every problem. Like,
oh, that's funny. Is that it for Godbody? I think.
Godbody is a jam. Everybody
it's a jam. Yeah, definitely a jam. Crash Out. When I was doing the review, that was probably the song I had the hardest time with. Just trying to decipher it. But it's kind of like different ways that people crash out, right? Am I getting there something? I feel like I've listened to this.
Oh yeah, because I'm trying to remember what she wrote.
Yeah, and I know like I specifically listened to this album so many times because of that song. Because I'm like, why is it not getting like, why am I not
getting my baby. It was a difficult track, period. We had like 4 versions of it.
Oh.
And it was mainly just because of different ways saying things had to come off, and then I ended up just putting everything together into one version. And so with that one was written early on, like in the 2024 year, like that time period. And I was just feeling overwhelmed, stressed, common thing with my damn life. I love it. You would think I love being stressed out. But it's really because I'm dramatic.
Because I'm dramatic.
I be stressing myself out. But yeah, no, it's really about like just feeling overwhelmed to the point where you're just gonna like tweak out, you're gonna lose your mind, and you really need that space. Like you really just need time to yourself to just be to feel to do. And
I've been there recently. I'm just like, oh my god,
it's just like, bro,
like every little thing. I'm like, if it's just one more thing, and I'm gonna scream at everyone.
Literally, but then in the midst of making it, then I start thinking about like how other people crash out, movie shit or dumb shit, stuff like that, or just like watch what's going on around you, because I don't know, nowadays I hate saying nowadays, but for real nowadays, like people are a little wacky, like like there's no like I don't know, like you can't trust the average individual to be a good person. You can't. Like, and before it's always like, yeah, don't trust nobody, don't trust strangers. But now it's like, no,
you can't even trust.
No matter what's happening, it can even appear as a good person or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like telling you niggas to crash out. How much you tweaking?
They really do. And then you even put cars crashing on it, and all
Phoenix.
Phoenix, of course.
I used to not like it so bad.
Really?
Yeah, because it used to be so. Because I told him, I was like, oh, I put like a little crash in the beginning. But then he sends me the track, and I remember being in the car, and I played it, and I be hearing the crash like,
I literally thought there was an actual accident outside.
No, it was an accident. Like, it sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy. It's like if I didn't have my headphones on, like I probably would have looked out the window. But I did take them off for a second. Like, is that in the song? Or is that outside?
You know, like I remember I heard it.
So
I'm like, damn nigga, I meant like a little, not an 8-car pileup. Like. It sounds like
it's definitely an 8-car pileup.
Oh, there's got semi-trucks, dogs barking. Hold on, shit.
The whole time.
I mean, a little, just a little.
Just a little crash.
But it grew on me, so I kept it.
It works. It's just at first, you're a little confused.
You're like, damn.
Okay, now it's really gonna crash out here. What is going on? So that's your baby. 4 different versions. How did you go about mixing all of those versions together? Like, what did you take?
I think it was like, one of them was like, the ad-lib or delivery. I like the way I came off. But yeah, it was just little pieces. And then like how we played with the beat, add in the rain. We had versions without the rain. We had versions where the rain was like overwhelmingly loud, but I just wanted it to be a little textured in the back of the ears. I didn't want it to be nothing too crazy. Then the final piece that honestly really made the song, when I was recording a take of the song, I was playing around and I'm like, with a little accent, I'm like, crash out. And I'm just like playing to being goofy, like waiting on the beat to drop.
Yeah.
But we ended up liking that and like clicked it. So that's when you hear grass, y'all. And that was really, I was originally fucking around, but it added a little, it just added something, so we just kept that out through the whole song, we just kept looping it. And that's what be like the cool part about making shit, cause like, that was not, you know, like that's just having fun and playing around.
Sometimes like the unexpected stuff works.
Yeah. Like not taking it too serious.
Not taking it too serious. Then next up you had I Still Love You, Made Me Realize. This track is longer. It's at 6 minutes and 44 seconds. Yes. It's a doozy.
You said that was your least favorite?
I think it is.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's a long track. I wanted to do a 2-part track so bad. Like, and I know Who's Watching is a 2, but Who's Watching is not a true 2-part track. Like, that's one track with a beat switch.
Yeah.
This was like
2. Yeah, this one is 2 parts where it could almost be 2
separate. Yeah, exactly. So that was the one that Phoenix and Max had the same sample, and they made 2 different beats, and the beats parallel nicely. So we put them together on one, and I was like, because when I heard it, they was like, yeah, we want somebody that he's like, hopefully we can find somebody who want to do both. I'm like, I would definitely do both of these. And they was like, do it. Like, that's what we meant anyway. Like, you know, so we
Was it challenging to do both?
No, it just was a story that needed to be told, and I wanted to tell. I didn't need to be told, but I wanted to tell. But I don't do too much relationship music, despite how my life be going. Yeah. But it was something. What the hell? I put my phone. Zooming me up. But you know, I wanted to talk about like past relationships, and then I always tell people it's a culmination of things. So nothing is ever like this one girl or something like that. It's just more so experiences that you've been through, and then creating a story. And I wanted that, like I wanted to flip it because you hear "I Still Love You" made me realize, makes you think it's about to be like, oh, you still love this person, But it's like no, it's more so how you respond to that ex relationship or situation, whatever someone would take it applied to themselves. That they still want you, and you
kind of like
you don't not want them, but you're like nah, like we're not there to be doing that, and yeah. So it was cool. Recently, someone told me that was their favorite. A few people told me that's one of their favorite.
Okay, well then I don't feel so bad for
No. My goal is always for everyone to have different favorites. If everybody's telling me 1 track or 2 tracks is their favorite, I ain't doing my job. I like everybody. Okay. That's your favorite. That's your favorite. That's your favorite. Because they all.
Yeah. And then I like it's such a simple bar. Well, ironically, we idolize the simple things.
No pun intended. Well, that's a knee slapper.
No pun intended. But I really like that one. I felt like it was just so simple. But
yeah, especially when it comes to romance.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we do idolize the same things, and we always say that we want simple things, but at some point, when I say that, I'm not talking about the whatnot, simple gestures that show love. I'm talking about people who, the things that you think are complex, like, oh, do this, do that, is really simple and worldly, and it's like, yeah. And that's why the second line follows it, like, teachers from the ones above us make me feel like Pootie. And it's like having influences, you know, older brothers and things like that, teaching you about relationships and, dating women and things like that. Sometimes not the best influence. Man.
Oh, yeah.
What a shock. Men are not the best influence.
Shocker.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
But yeah.
And then another one that I got was arguments about some visions she can hardly see. Which is, I feel like, about chasing your dreams and like having a relationship. And I think sometimes it's hard finding the right partner who's going to like be able to see the vision without seeing the vision.
Okay, that's cool. That's a cool interpretation.
Okay.
I like hearing like what you think, because you think some whole other shit. And for me, it was good, like, you know, but like, you know, like a girl wakes up and be like, oh, I had a dream. You were doing ooh.
Oh my god, I went totally like
yeah. That's why it's like arguments about bitches or some dreams that she can hardly see. So it's like in those times where like a girl wakes up and it's like, oh, I had a dream that this thing happened, and it's not even on point. Like it's like, no, like I know you thought you was one of those, but you weren't. That's not again.
My interpretations are so different, like wildly different.
No, you gotta listen to her, put it together. Dreams that she can hardly see. Spiritually a part of me, but mentally you target me. Cause like I do tend to attract and date more like spiritual women or women who are really focused on that aspect of their life or things like that. Or it's very important to them. But then sometimes girls just they'll make assumptions and then try to
see. I could see both ways.
Yeah, try to verify their assumptions with delusions and whatnot. Yeah.
Because I definitely am the type of girl who's like, I had a dream about
it. And mind you, it's like, what? I didn't do anything.
But then I think maybe probably just personal experience. I'm also in that place of like, well, I had arguments about like, hey, I have this big vision, but you're not seeing it. And
yeah, true. But I will say that dating as an artist is a difficult thing, but I've been blessed enough that, all the women that I've dated, they support my dreams and everything like that. So I never...
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice. They don't get it.
Sometimes the only problem is that it's dating men. I be talking to girls, I'm like, it's because you're dating men.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. It's that, for me personally, it's even if I date in the industry, because they're like, oh, date somebody in the industry, they'll understand. No, they don't.
I don't date in the industry.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know.
I try to date outside.
Yeah, because it's like
they just don't get it.
Yeah, I feel like with dating, that's a completely different side, and there's a lot of vulnerability, like being a part of that to express emotions to people, how you feel, getting to know them, things like that. And I look at music like, I love music, I love my craft, I love being an artist, because the thing is, like, an artist is like putting themselves out there, because there's so many people who are artists, but they're chill. They don't care to perform, they don't care to, they just drop that shit and build their base. It's not like whatever. I would never want to date someone and then like kind of strip myself to the other parts. And then like we're in the same like spaces, or if it goes wrong, we're in the same spaces, or motherfucker talking about you like she got
it gets so weird. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I really try.
I had a rule that I wouldn't date in the industry, but then it's so hard to explain to somebody who's not in the industry.
True.
That's where all the arguments and
you gotta have something like parallel, like like a different type of creative form or something, but definitely not. No, we both make music.
Yeah. See, like I wouldn't date somebody else who's like another like journalist or podcaster or something like that. I couldn't do that. Hell no, that's way too close.
Right.
But like maybe like I won't even date rappers anymore. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe like a DJ or something.
I hate when you tell someone you're like a rapper and they're like, oh, another rapper. I'm like, no, I promise I can rap.
I promise I am a rapper.
I can
actually do this.
It's not the bullshit. But no dating in the industry.
It's hard in the industry we're out of.
Unless you got the connection and the attraction's there, do what the hell you want to do.
Yeah, but I say stay away
from it. I don't even go out with that lens with people. Like, I don't want people to be like, oh, they flirting.
It just spirals into. Yeah. Anyways, next up, R.I.P. Running in Place. I think this was my favorite. I listened to it like more than.
A lot of people have been saying that. Like this week alone, like 5-6 people hit me like, yo, that's
the one for me, yeah. This one is featuring Mother. Yeah. Her voice on it and her verse, it was such a great addition to like your story already.
Yeah.
So tell me about that collaboration, because this one is like, I think this is a very complex track. I think not complex, but a very personal track.
Yeah, definitely a personal track. I actually wrote it in like a minute and a half. No bullshit. 14 sent me the beat. He sent me like 3 or 4 beats. And when I got to that one, I was like, I heard it. I was like, this one, I like this one. I was like, I might put this on my EP. Because I was in the process of still adding songs to the EP and like switch stuff around. And I was like, I might put this on the EP. And I remember laying in bed and I just was like, oh, wait, just hold it. And I remember wanting my flow to sound like bouncy, but at the same time, I'm not saying something that we shouldn't be dancing. You know what I mean? Like I like songs like that. Like, like it sounds more like upbeat. Because I've had some people like, I didn't even peep what you were actually talking about until I really went back and listened again, and it's the lyrics before. I'm just like fucking with the vibe, the flow, the sound of it.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to be sonically pleasing, but I wanted it to have a deeper meaning once you actually, indulge into it. But he sent me the beat. knocked that out real quick. I wanted a feature on it, and I wanted a feminine voice. So then I'm like, Mother. Now, Mother, we met when we were like 3rd grade. We literally met in 3rd grade. She walked up to me in the hallway and was like, we're gonna be best friends. And she literally like did this, and I was like, I'm so confused.
Threatened me into
I was like,
being
you
a
just
best
threatened
friend.
me to be a best friend, but we were super close all through that childhood years. Then she transferred to a different elementary school, like towards like 8th grade area or something. But we still like somehow always like kept in touch in a way, like not even like with any effort put into it. She's like, she ended up going to U of I, and I had friends at U of I, so I was there, and someone I know knows her and things like that. So when she started releasing music, she always knew how to sing. And when she started releasing music stuff like that, like I'm like, obviously I want to put one of my friends on my tracks and things like that. And yeah, she did her thing. She sang that verse, and that track was done for a long time. Like that was like probably one of the fastest tracks that got put together. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, it was done. It was just sitting there. I was like, I'll send you the master when we officially done with everything. And she was just like, whenever you're ready.
That's great though that she was so like, okay, whenever.
And it was good timing for her because what her verse talked about, she was like, actually when I listened to what you were saying, like I'm going through something similar. So it was just like divine timing with that.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about specifically what you guys were going through during that time, or just let the people?
I mean, mine is the same old. Like I really do harbor and think a lot about like my brother's mental health.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's a serious thing. And it's just like I don't know. Like, and it's good to speak about mental health because I think that in a lot of ways, certain disorders gets romanticized, and people start portraying like, oh, like a quirky little joke. Oh, I have bipolar disorder. I have borderline personality disorder, and they're lying because like if you actually study psychology or mental health or anything like that, it's a very rare chance that people are getting diagnosed with borderline personality. Like that's very particular type behaviors and things like that. And I think with me being someone who studies psych, I kind of look at that and I kind of get a little frustrated. And also having a brother who has mental issues, it's like it's not a personality trope or something like that. Like
that recently happened to me.
Really?
With a friend, because I never said this. I've been diagnosed with bipolar as well, bipolar, OCD, a bunch of other stuff, and someone like made a joke about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm so manic right now, and I'm like,
right, people just use words,
and I'm like, I wish it was that simple.
Yes, like
I wish that I could just wake up today and be like, come on, manic.
I'll be telling someone, they're like, oh, I was in psychosis. Like, no, you were upset. You possibly had like mild form of depression. You were going through a lot. But you were not going through psychosis.
Yeah.
You're not in a manic episode. There's people who really have manic episodes, and it's not always pretty. What are you talking about? Like, words mean things. Like, when you say words, it's not just, everything can't be turned into basic slang or like basic day-to-day conversation. Like, no, that's a big word for Elmo. Like,
exactly. I'm like, damn. When I'm manic, I don't sleep, I don't eat.
Like there's people who binge shop and they go off and done it to the point where they done bankrupt themselves. And there's people who have
like
hypersexual
as well.
Yeah, hypersexuality. That's a huge thing, and people don't understand. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Just work on yourself. That's like
you just had a moment.
Right, you had a moment. Life was stressful, and that's the thing. Like,
and you went shopping or like whatever, but that's
with the DSM-5. Like, if we all sat here with the DSM-5 and look through it, we could be like, oh, I got this, I got that. But no, it's about the prevalence of it in your life, the extremities that it goes to, and if it's actually altering your day-to-day reality. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can feel like you're having experiences of these things, but ultimately, bitch, you are not having a manic episode. You are acting unfucking usual, and
you're having a moment.
You're not taking accountability for your actions. Like, chill out. Like, it's not that.
Yeah, so
I think that was a rant.
That was a rant. But I feel like
I do that.
They do it, and you're just like, damn.
I'm like, no, bro.
I wish I could just say that.
Motherfuckers like my OCD. Like, no, you might be a neat freak, but you got OCD.
Yeah, trust me, the OCD been killing me lately.
Dude, everybody's saying, oh, I got this, I got that. It's like, hang on.
But like, I always suspected I had OCD, but I didn't say like, oh, I have OCD. I was just like, oh, I'm very particular about my stuff. And then,
it's usually people that do have the shit that don't.
Exactly. Then I get diagnosed with it, and I'm like, oh,
okay,
it makes sense. Well, now I can actually say that I have OCD. I'm like, I'm just very particular about where my stuff is. Don't move it an inch.
Yeah, like I'm even particular. I get in the shower, I'll be like, face me.
Oh my god, yes. I'm like, I can't come. Like, if this is like, I have to move it. Like, it has to be perfectly aligned. Like I just thought it was a quirk.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the doctors are like, no, that's not a quirk.
More people should take things as quirks.
Yes, because they are. I had bars, but I think we kind of addressed everything with running in place. So I'm not even gonna bring those up. And then the last track, okay, how do you? Insha Allah. Okay, I wasn't quite sure how to say it. That's another track that I like the last two tracks the most. Okay. Remember when we thought our pain would torture us for years? Ages. Wow. My spelling. I am not OCD about my spelling.
It's so funny, man. Yeah, that was just being like, you know, when you're in the thick of something, it feels like it's gonna be forever.
Forever, yeah.
Like even on the small scale, when you're sick, you got a stuffy nose. You're thinking about the times when you weren't stuffed up.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Right, you're like, oh, I feel like I've been sick forever. Yeah.
I remember when I could breathe.
Right, literally. That's literally me. I be so dramatic. I never take it for granted again. But yeah, that's basically what that's hitting at. Like, but I think that it's a line that a lot of people can relate to for different things. You know, because I feel like everyone experienced some sense of pain, whether it was like mental, physical, whatever the case may be. And it probably felt like that hard time's gonna last forever. And then like to be out of it, oh my God, it just feels so good to overcome. Like, it feels so good to overcome hard times that sometimes when I am going through it, I not romanticize it, but I look at it and I appreciate it for what it is. Mm-hmm. Like when some shit going wrong, I'm like, this ain't going right, but I'm fucking with it. Okay, this the problem I'm having right now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna feel so good when I get past it. And I think that's how I like keep it forward thought process. So
yeah. And then I got another one. If I put my soul on the line, then we all win it.
Yeah. That was like a flip on like how the typical industry like, oh, they sold their soul for success.
Yeah.
And it was kind of flip on that. And it's like yeah, there's those conspiracies or whatever. But then also if you really put your heart and soul into something, like you're gonna win. You're gonna win and you're gonna be good. And that's anything and everything. Like just put that effort in and be intentional, putting your soul on it and like really giving 110%, then you will make a difference. Like you would like sometimes as an artist it gets to a point where you hear your talent, you receive the whatever gratification from everyone else or whatever the case may be. But the ultimate decision is to want it and to do it. Like if music doesn't pan out for me the way that I see it or whatever my goals are, I have no one else to blame but myself because you had the talent. Like I know I can rap. I can put a song together. I know I can make a song. Everything else is you putting the effort to be better, to network, to expand your surroundings, things like that, and to really build your audience. It's all your choice. So really put your soul in it, and I bet you'll win.
And then talk to me about the beat for this one.
Another Phoenix beat.
Of course.
I was looking for an outro. Yeah, I told myself I would do my next project. I wish you would. Like, nah, we really do got a good thing because I'm trying to develop my sound.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not just trying to. Like, I want to make the good tracks, but I want to get to the point where you like, this sound like something not a rap on. This is sound like something that like not me. But yeah, he would send me like beat packs. I want to say every week.
Oh wow.
Like, and it would be like at least 10 beats or something like that. And I just always go through them. And that was how I was basically putting the project together. Some stuff we cooked from scratch, some he already had for me. And yeah, that was one of the beats. I was like, I needed that outro beat. And I had already thought about it. I had already thought about using it. But I tried to avoid it and I tried to look for other beats.
Mm.
But then I ended up coming back.
It ended up coming back.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna home for the outro.
So how was it sharing such a like personal like project? Because it is personal but relatable.
Yeah. I think with vulnerability, the key that allows me to feel comfortable being vulnerable, because I'm still getting more comfortable being vulnerable, but I'm definitely more comfortable than I have in the past years. But the key for me is that relatable aspect.
Yeah. That's
the point. Like, because it can get uncomfortable. It can be like a little squeamish. Like sometimes a song will come on and I know like a lyric is very personal, and it makes you kind of feel like, damn, like, because if someone hears it and really hear it process and be like, oh, it's a little darker. You know, like when someone throws out a dark joke about their past and it's like, hey, that's what's up.
That's
you know,
okay.
So you gotta get that feeling, but you'll be surprised how many people relate to the situations you've been in.
Yeah.
Like we're not as unique as we think, you know, in a lot of ways in life experiences. And so even when I know that it's super dark or personal or anything like that, I know somebody probably went through the same thing and then they probably went through worse. And they relate to it. So you're doing a service to yourself and to your audience. And then also it's like therapy. You know? Yeah. Like we may not converse and get that deep into my life, but you listen to my music and you learn so much. So that's
and you relate to it.
Yeah, and then you relate to it. You're like, oh shit, like I didn't know we both had that type of situation.
Yeah.
So
definitely. I think related to running in place the most. But I think that's because of my own personal struggles.
Right, and that's the and then like even with us like building our friendship and talking and when we talk outside, because sometimes we have conversations it's not about music or work at all. And those things like it's just you didn't know that you connect with someone that way or had those similarities or and we both deal with our like physical issues. So
yeah. So any final thoughts on the project?
I'm just happy it's out.
I'm happy it's out. It's been a struggle to get there.
Yeah, and like, it was one of them things where it's like, y'all late, like y'all enjoying it now, having a good time. I'm gonna keep pushing the product. That's all it is now. It's out. I just gotta keep pushing the product, and I'm already ready to drop the next one.
I was gonna ask. I'm like, since you've had it and been like trying to release it for so long, are you kind of not bored with it, but like, all right, it's done, and then on to the next?
Yeah, not bored because it's like. When you hear it out, something feels fresh about it. Like when I played when it was out, I'm like, it's on my Apple, like, you know. But at the same time, I'm already working on Deluxe. So Deluxe will be soon. So it'll be out very soon. And I have 2 new features on there.
Ooh.
So I'm excited for those features.
Can we know the features? Or is it not official yet?
Oh no, it's official. Both of them on board. We all good. Adiadu and his So
that's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Both are artists that I listen to their music with regularly. So it's like we're creating. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be good for sure. But yeah, Deluxe, and then next month. Oh, actually no, it's October already. Time flying. Yeah. This month, I think the end of this month, Flapjacks and I we have 2 tracks dropping. He produced by him, and one is more socio-political based, and the other one just vibe. We just was vibing out with the beat, more like jazzy hip hop influences. Yeah, so definitely already ready to work.
Okay.
I'm glad you had me today. It's been good.
It's been great. It's breaking it down. So you've already done a freestyle. I'm not gonna have you do another one. You're good. Unless you really wanted to, but you've been here before. We've heard your talent. We know all the things. But you still do get your thank you card. And
thank you.
Please hold.
And she got me a caramel macchiato. Caramel macchiato.
See, coffee because we were filming early, and a keychain, couch keychains out.
Oh, you have a keychain. I love keychains. Oh, it's a whole ass couch.
It's a couch. It says Melly's couch.
That actually makes me so happy. My keys. I do love keychains. I keep them forever too.
Oh, so it's just something to remember being on the couch. Again, we upgrade every time as much as we can.
Yeah, exactly. And 2026, I'm bringing back bars at the bar. So
bars at the bar.
You want to come back?
Drink.
Okay,
only if I can get my little blue drink.
Get a little blue drink, yes.
That shit gets me. I'm going to make sure I Uber. Did I Uber last time?
No, we drove last time.
Yeah, so this time I'm going to Uber or take transit or whatever because I'm bored. So I can drink a little bit more. Let everybody know where to follow you, anything else that's coming up, and all that good stuff.
What's up, my people? It's Naithemosthigh. You can follow me on all platforms at Naithemosthigh. It's Naithemosthigh. And stream NVII is out on all platforms. And the Deluxe is coming soon. So thank you, Melly.
No, thank you. And thank you to our sponsors, The Lot, who provides media production services, AG Designs, who does graphics, crochet, video editing, The Ambience Beats, who provides all the beats for Melly Starz content, The Keith Collection, who provides goodies for our guests. And remember to tune in next week, because you never know who's going to show up to the couch.